Hi, welcome back. We're going to continue to talk about version control. I want to point out something really important, and that's also the focus of this video, is that you want to keep your repository, at least initially, private, unless you're really, really sure that you want to make it public. So you may ask why. So the main reason is because if you make it public, then everything is on the internet. So that means people Google for your repository, or maybe just browsing, they can see your repository. And their horror story, here's one of them, where someone put their very sensitive information, in this case, the AWS key. So AWS, Amazon Web Service. So that means this is a service that companies, for example, they can rent, they can buy some compute time and do a lot of scalable, very long-running job on AWS. And for this person, accidentally put the key, which is you can think of it as a password for them to access the cloud service on a GitHub public repository. And what happened? Well, it turned out that there's a lot of bad guys out there that are running these scripts or programs that specifically scrape for these AWS keys. And what they do is they get these keys, and then they would use those AWS, that means a lot of computers, to mine Bitcoin. And there are also even other horror stories where they say, well, they get a copy of all the code base that company has and then hold ransom. So these are the bad things that can really, really happen. So as a suggestion, when you first start off, so I highly recommend that you keep things private. And once you're sure that all sensitive information are removed or not there, then you can make it public. And even better is if you want to just really do a clean slate, then I would just do a clone of the repository and then open source that clone instead of what you're working on right now. So that's a warning about using a private repository initially. So and make sure you're really comfortable with open sourcing it, and don't just pick the public option as your default.